Alright, so what is good, everybody on YouTube? This is of course your boy B, Bullet RC, coming at you guys again with another day. And I know we took a week off of the heater hype, but that is because we dropped the top 10 worst sneakers, so I want to take off 1 week. But we are back, so you already know what time it is. The weekend is over, so it's time to get into this week's Heat or Hype, where we get into the latest sneaker releases, sneaker rumors, or anything I want to talk about in the sneaker or streetwear world. That is what we do here today. And remember, if I don't talk about a shoe, either I forgot about it, didn't edit it in, or was just that Basuda. That I did not want to expose y'all to it, but this week we got some particularly nasty Basuda for you, and then we got some ish that came out of way left field. We got some crazy Basuda ready for you this week, and of course I'm gonna expose you to it. As always, make sure you drop a like on this bit, sub if you haven't already, and finesse the bell as well. And I actually got one more pretty important announcement. Y'all see it back there. Real quick, want to just say salutes and thank you to everyone who supported and copped the last drop. It sold out within like, I feel like 10-15 minutes. And I can't wait for y'all to actually get y'all stuff in. Now for the OGs out there, they should already know what this is. We are bringing back the rose flannel in one of the colors that was supposed to be one of the original 4. It just never made it, but we always wanted to do the OG rose flannel in a purple and black. And this is even in the same original pattern as from before. I know some of y'all out there watching may have the first 4 or the second 4 that we dropped, but we did want to bring him back, and this is the first one. This joint right here runs true to size in my opinion. Just like the OG, we got the zipper on the front, still sticking with them satin soaked guts as well. 2 big oversized front pockets, then you flip to the back and you get the sample. Again, all over embroidered in, and then you have the embroidered rose as well. And y'all already know us, there has to be some type of custom tag, and the original flannel collection tag is back. So I just wanted to let y'all know, for anyone who might have missed out on the OGs, we do have another one on the way. Make sure you're on the site 8 p.m. Eastern sharp. But that's all I gotta say. New drop on the way. Slight bars, but let's go ahead and get into this week's Heat or Hype. Now, since we took off last week, we have a lot of stuff to get into. First up being the Vault Griffys, bro. They are bringing back the Vaults. I want to say that I still have my pair somewhere down there in my Griffy collection. The last time they dropped these was in 2016, and I should definitely pass on this shoe because I already have the older retro. I haven't worn my Griffys in years at this point, but it is cool to see the Vault pair come back. In my opinion, the Griffy is still a dope shoe, and the Vault is a fire colorway. So if they're bringing back the Freshwaters, now they're bringing back the Vaults, we'll probably be seeing them Cincinnati joints come back at some point. Up next, we finally got some better images of this Fusion Red Air Jordan 1. Now these should be dropping in June for that regular retail of $170, and I wasn't the biggest fan before, and I'm not gonna say this is the best Air Jordan 1 in some random colorway that I've ever seen, but this shoe to me solidifies why it's so hard to mess up the Air Jordan 1. Is this the best colorway ever? No, but does it look good? Yeah. The Fusion Red with the yellow and the black hits on the shoe, I think this was going to be a pretty easy sellout. Materials don't look bad either, dropping right in the middle of the summer. A bright kind of one-off colorway for the Air Jordan 1s. I think these are going to go. Other than that, not too much else to say. I might end up trying to get a pair for review. Of course, y'all know we're going to have some little bit of Nike Dunk news or SB news, and first up is this new J-Pack colorway, pretty similar to the Celtics Air Jordan 1. Now these just did pop up green, white, and black J-Pack Nike SB. They gone. This one is a fresh leak, fresh rumor, fresh pick. No date yet. Another big release that happened last week was this Human Race NMD in this cream colorway. Now, we seen the seating, y'all seen the robot, them being delivered to Pusha T. That was dope. And just like when we got the leaked images with this shoe included, I said finally they're trying out some different materials, actually switching up the Human Race NMD, unlike some of the colorways that have been dropping recently. Now, the kicker with this pair is that there were like, what, 400 to 500 pairs of these, and that was it. Now, what do you get when you combine limited, robots delivering shoes, and on top of the limited factor, them telling you that there's only 400 to 500 pairs, you get some crazy ass prices on the resale market. And I can't lie, we can't say nothing, because they gave us NMD after NMD after NMD, dropping at Champs and Foot Locker, you know, kind of more of a regular NMD release, and then they dropped this one. It was limited, it was hard to get, I did not get a pair, so it is what it is. But as far as NMDs goes, probably one of the best pairs that we've gotten in a while. And also, that's Korean on the top of the shoe, and it does say Human Race, so all in all, this was a fire NMD. I like the material switch up. I think it's needed with NMDs going forward to switch up just like they did with this one. Up next, we have this Valentine's Day Air Force One, or this love letter Air Force One, and this is 1000% a Twitter shoe. And what I mean by a Twitter shoe is that it's one of those shoes that you could take a picture of it with some no-name account, put some relatable caption, and it can go crazy on the Twitter feed. Now, don't get me wrong, the shoe is definitely not bad, and I would understand the retweets and the likes. And even on the toe, it has heart-shaped perforations instead of the regular holes. Another detail is on the tongues. It kind of has like these little Valentine's Day cards that you can see. So the details and even the materials with that pink suede on the upper is definitely there. I would say that this is kind of like a low-key heater Air Force One, but at this point, this shoe is nowhere near low-key anymore. Now, these will be dropping on the 13th, and if you are going for them, good luck. Depending on how good the force is when it initially dropped, themed Air Force Ones can go up. I remember I caught my Easter Air Force Ones for like $70, and the price just went up on those. So if you do want this shoe, don't get lazy. Try to get these for retail. Real quick though, there was actually another themed Air Force One, and this is a popcorn Air Force One. You guys can see it right here. It's an all over like popcorn colored upper. You got the D-Boss Fresh Since 82 on the side, and then on the back where it says Nike, even has like the stylized like popcorn font. On the tongue tab, you guys can see like the red stripes. Another good themed pair of Air Force Ones. But for right now, there is no release date on this popcorn pair yet. A few weeks ago, we talked about that UNC 5 PE, and there seems to be another one that popped up. This one is an Oklahoma Sooners joint. And just like the other pair of fives, unless you're on the team or willing to get your head cracked open way past the white meat, this is not a pair that you're gonna have. Regardless though, still another clean pair of 5 PEs. Now for this next one, I gotta give you like a heavy leak, a heavy rumor alert. Please take this next shoe with a grain of salt because it just popped up out of nowhere, and it could be some BS that never releases. But there was a brand new pair of the Sakai LD Waffles that popped up. Blam, y'all see them right here, and this is more of an all over gray. You got the double white swoosh, kind of a play off one of the original colorways that they dropped, which I actually already have. Now since we did just get that first initial really shitty leaked image, we could be seeing more info about these very soon. Or not, remember. It's a rumor. But right now, these are just in the wind. So if I get any more info, I'll definitely let y'all know. Some more NB news this week. First off is this Todd Snyder collab on the New Balance 992. Now these are going to retail for $275, and these are going to drop tomorrow on the 9th at 11 a.m. EST on ToddSnyderNY.com, I believe. Now $275 is hefty retail off the hip for a shoe. Now, it is a New Balance. It is a collab. The materials, the quality, you know, you don't really have to question it. I guess it just comes down to if you're even able to hit for retail on the shoe. I didn't even know that this thing existed until I just pulled them up now. Or if you like the duck camo, because this does have a louder camo print. It's not too much of it, which I think helps. And not all over brown suede with like those infrared or those like high vis red hits. Really clean. It's just another pair of solid New Balances, and on the 992, which is one that I actually do own. Now we got another New Balance collab. This time it is Salehi Bembury. He is back, and it is on the New Balance Test Run PRJ 3.0. And this one is kind of a miss for me. I've been digging some of the stuff that I've seen from him, the New Balance collabs, and even I think it's like the Anta collabs that he did. I'm not even sure if the Anta shoe released yet, but I've seen some. I was kind of digging them. But this one right here, this one is kind of a miss for me. These kind of remind me of the Asics Gel Maya. This really weird low top runner type athletic shoe. Now this pick was just dropped, and that's all we got. And for me, this one would be a pass. This week we also got official photos of this dark iris colorway of the Vapor Waffle, as well as more photos of this tan and blue joint. And as y'all can see, they have switched up the material on the uppers on these. It seems to me more of a nylon, and I feel like the same thing that happened with the original colorway, the sail colorway of the Vapor Waffle, was happening with this dark iris. And that orange is probably going to be lighter on the swoosh. Both of these colorways are not bad, but since I already have 3 pairs of these joints, I'll probably be passing on both. And I think I'm feeling the like heavier mesh pairs that I already own over some of these newer nylon ones. I'm trying my best not to buy any more pairs of Vapor Waffles. We'll see how that goes. Next up is the Undercover and Nike Overbreak, which I'm pretty sure is the Overreact mixed with the Nike Daybreak. Now there are actually 2 colorways. You guys can see them right here, a black and more of a sail. Looks like they got a rose on the side. I'm kind of waiting for the Mars Yard Overbreaks, but nothing's really moving on those just yet. But for the fam that is across the pond in the EU, These are going to be dropping on February 19th. As far as a US release date or just global release date, there isn't one yet. I know we talked about these last year, so if you have been waiting, they should be here pretty soon. Up next, they have finally returned once again the shoe that y'all have been waiting on. Blam, y'all see him right here. The Air Jordan 4 in white cement is returning in 2021. Oh wait, hold on. I forgot the whole picture. Hold on. Can we just uncrop it? Yeah, there we go. The golf pair. The golf cement 4s are finally here. They are finally back. And yeah, I'm sure this is what we all were waiting on. That was sarcasm, by the way, and to be fair, the white cement 4s did release pretty recently, and there still may be another cement-esque sneaker dropping later on this year. But for the golfers out there in the finesse gang, let me know, is this something that y'all would cop? For some spring-summer JB news, the Citrus Air Jordan 11 is returning. I believe it's either May 6th or May 7th, and this will be a small feet gang only release. Air Jordan 11 lows, white and orange, citrus colorway, right in spring and summer. Y'all already know, these are gonna sell out. Now this year we are gonna be getting an Easter themed pair of Air Jordan 12s. Blam, y'all see them right here. This is a low top, of course, dropping sometime in April for a regular retail of $190. Y'all can see it's an all white leather upper. You got the clear icy blue outsoles. This somewhat iridescent Air Jordan tag on the side. I just don't have a lot to really say about these. Not something I would cop. Very, very easy pass. And I'm gonna just keep it at that and move on. We're also getting another Hailey made collab. This time it's on the Air Jordan 1 Zoom Comfort. And the colorway is a green and a blue. You got the A on the tongue. White midsole Chanel patch where the Air Jordan Wings logo is at. I think the only thing that I don't like about the Air Jordan Comfort, because if you wear your pants over the size of them, they look pretty regular, but the way that they did the ankle, while it looks very puffy and padded and comfy, it just don't really look that good. If they would have did this same thing on a regular Air Jordan 1, which they've already done before with a Hailey May, I think it would have went over a little bit better. The whole ankle area of this shoe is kind of nasty, but the rest of it, not bad at all. Now we do have official photos, but no release date on these new Hailey May Jordan 1s just yet. Another collab that came out of nowhere this week was Stussy bringing back their collab with Nike on the Hirachi. Now it did kind of surprise me the amount of Hirachi hate that I've seen in the comments for this one. Now this Hirachi was the first shoe that Nike collab with Stussy on, and this was back in the early 2000s. I want to say it was 2000 or 2001. And up until Stussy posted these, I'm not gonna front, I'm not gonna cap up here, I did not know about this shoe. This one definitely came before my time, before I even had money to buy my own shoes. But hey, I hope that makes it easier for a lot of the collectors out there who might have wanted this shoe in their collection or just think it's dope to be able to get this shoe easier on release day. I still need to go back and get a pair of the Stussy Forces, which I will do eventually. And these Hirachis, in my opinion, are not bad. Now, as far as their release date, they're dropping on the 18th on Nike sneakers. As far as Stussy.com, they will be dropping at 10 a.m. PST. I believe that's 1 p.m. EST on Friday. Two real quick ones. The neutral gray Air Jordan 1s are dropping on the 10th. Retail is $200, and I have already dropped a full review on this sneaker. If you want to check it out, a link is down below, as well as the Carmine Air Jordan 6. Dropped a full review on those as well. By the time we do the next heater hype, they will have already dropped, so good luck. And now, you already know what time it is. Okay, it is time to get into this week's Basuda of the week. And when I tell y'all might not be ready, I'm being honest, y'all might not be ready. Now, I do want to have a little help, a little assistance, and today we're going to have a little Deuce next to us. Now, this first shoe, do y'all want me nice or do y'all want me to be mean about it? I don't know why I'm asking y'all, because I already know y'all want me to be mean about it. This week's Basuda Champ is the Air Force 1, because we have two shoes for you. And this first one, when I show it to you, bruh, just look, man. This is the Air Force 1 Experimental in RKO Brown. And this shoe literally looks like shit in the bag, bro. If you had a big Air Force 1 shaped Ziploc bag, took some Reese pieces, throw them in there, and let them cook outside in the hot summer sun, and then taped over the bag, this is a shoe that you would get. And as always, remember, a shoe has to be thought of, mock-ups made, samples made, and they went into full production on these Basuda trash shits right here. All you have to do is look at this shoe, and I feel like y'all understand where I'm coming from. So the first Basuda of the week goes to the shitbag Force 1s. Now, second Basuda of this week, I actually dropped already in the Discord. Discord links down below if y'all want to come through, say it was good. The Basuda boys. And someone sent me this shoe on Twitter. It is an Air Force 1, and we talked about that LV cowboy boot and how disgusting those were. Well, let's go ahead and kind of turn it up just a little bit.
Somebody did
Not
this.
only do you get the black Air Force One activity, but you also added the leather to the ankle and made it into a black Air Force One cowboy boot. Now I know I've seen a picture of a white pair as well, so there is a white matching pair to this black pair that y'all see right here. For when you have yeed your last haul, this is the Air Force One for you. Now I definitely could include a certain sneaker release in this week's Basuda of the Week, but we're gonna get into that in a little bit. Now y'all already know what to do, man. Y'all give me 3 words to describe the shitbag ones or the you yeed your last haul ones. As far as the Basuda of the Week, that is it. Go ahead and get these shits off my screen because we need to get into the heat as well as the funny stuff that's going on in the sneaker streets right now. This week we also got confirmation that the Clot Air Max ones, the Kiss of Death joints, are dropping once again next month in March. I'm assuming for Air Max month. This, in my opinion, is a 1000% cop. Yes, it is another shoe with the clear panels, but I am down. I will definitely be on the lookout for these. When I get some more info, I'll let y'all know. Up next, one of the biggest sneaker releases of 2021, although it may not be the best looking, but from functionality of the shoe and accessibility, it had to be talked about. The Nike FLYEASE. This is one of the most important sneakers of 2021 and one of the coolest shoes already of 2021. I feel like this shoe is the easier way to do it than something like Nike Adapt, and a lot cheaper as well at that. Now the shoe will retail at only $120, a lot better than $350 or $400 for the Adapt, and I believe the original release date was March 15th for Nike Plus members or Nike members, and it might have gotten pushed back now to March 19th. But keep an eye out on your Nike apps. They could pop up on the 15th or the 19th or earlier. Up next, I am happy to say that there is finally a fire pair of foams on the way. CDG X Nike Phone Posit. They finally did something different with the Phone Posit, changing up the entire upper. The mold has finally been changed on a phone. That, in my opinion, is pretty big. Now, as y'all can see, there are 2 colorways. Look to be either like a white or a sail colorway, as well as an all over black. And in my opinion, these foams are fire. Now the only question now is, what is going to be the price tag on a CDG phone? Because CDG shoes usually retail from $250 to $300, and now you're adding the Phone Posit on top. I think this shoe is going to retail for $350, at least maybe $400. I would be surprised if they dropped at a $300 retail, or I mean, if y'all want to just drop them at $200, I'll cop a white pair, don't worry. We talk a lot about foams, and unfortunately we talk a lot about trash foams, and this is not one of them. This shoe right here, as long as the price isn't too crazy, will be a cop for me. I definitely want the sale pair, and really, that's it. I want a pair. We now land at Trophy Room Air Jordan 1, which is dropping very soon. And I talked a little bit about it on a live stream, on my homie Zaya's live stream, and it's just nasty. There has not been a shoe that has been talked about, speculated about, backdoored like this Trophy Room Air Jordan 1. Now, I'm gonna say allegedly, because there are people getting their head cracked over unauthorized sneakers right now. Now, if y'all don't know what unauthorized shoes are on the channel, it is a shoe that doesn't come from a retail source, but may be made in the same factories as the retail sneaker, or stolen from the factory. Think of unauthorized as not authorized by Nike to be sold. Now, the problem there is that there's a lot of gray area that I'm just not gonna get into right now. Some people call UAs replicas or fakes, some people don't, and trust me, that conversation can be exhausting, so we're not gonna get into that. Let's just say people that are paying $150 or $200 for trophy rooms are cracking people in the head for $2,000 right now, and they ain't get them from the back door. They got them from across the water. I'm gonna tell y'all like this: if you don't hit on the trophy room for retail, which will be a lot of us, if you do not 1000% trust either a person or a source to get this shoe for the high price it's gonna cost you, do not buy it. If you are even 1% unsure, do not buy it. There are a lot of people out here who are not hip to the whole UA game and that side of things. Please be careful out there with people who are telling you they're backdoored, the alleged backdoor pairs. I know, how much do I need to say? I know someone personally who have sent me pictures of trophy rooms stacked up that I trust 1000%. So there are definitely real pairs out there in the streets as well as the fake pairs. Then you get into the whole blue lace debacle. I think that the blue laces are going to come from pairs that come directly from Trophy Room, but there are people who have early pairs right now who are going to be getting their blue laces later, at least that's what they said. So the blue lace, in my opinion, is not going to be the end all be all. It's going to all come down to trust and how many chips you got in your hip that you're willing to spend. Be very, very careful. This Trophy Room situation is one of the nastiest things that I've seen in sneakers in a very long time, and I feel like the vultures out there are really going to be preying on people's pockets and preying on those who don't know about this shoe. So in addition to the alleged backdooring of the shoes, you have the whole side of UAs and fakes being mixed in and blue laces and people not knowing where the pairs come from. Listen, that is a lot to risk 2 racks over, bruh, so be careful. But I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it there. I may be getting a pair of Trophy Rooms, I'm not sure yet, but if I do, of course, I will be dropping a review for you guys or dropping a video for y'all, of course. Y'all let me know, did y'all cop anything this week or did you save all the money in the pockets? Remember, that is always a good option. And that is going to be a wrap. Remember, new OG Rose flannels dropping this Saturday at 8 p.m. EST. Be there on time, bruh. Be there or be square. I'm gonna see you on the next one. Make sure y'all drop a like on this vid, sub up if you haven't already, and finesse the bell as well. Much love to all the fam, followers, and of course supporters. You guys can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, Twitch. The Twitch is Bullet RC, by the way. Here, there, blah blah, of course, Bullet RC. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. I told y'all, February, it was gonna get nasty out here in the sneaker streets. Be very, very careful. I cannot stress it enough. I'm gonna see you on the next one. Much love. Peace.
If you come here trying to take some, there's a lot more where that came from, and it really ain't no thing. I got some opinion this thing.